There's absolutely nothing about this coin that is appealing. The profile is stagnant. If you look at the obverse, it just looks like a standard coin you would receive today. Absolutely nothing aesthetically pleasing about this Roosevelt dime. You may or may not disagree with me, but it is a reason why I hate Roosevelt dimes. Next up is the pocket change confusion. Since clad Roosevelt dimes post 1964 look nearly identical to their silver predecessors, they're easy to mix up in a stack or overlook in circulation, frustrating stackers who prefer coins with a clear silver only identity. Let me give you an example of a clear silver only identity dime. This dime right here is called a Mercury dime. It looks beautiful. A wonderful image on the front. We look on the back side. Nice change of pace. And there are going to be no Mercury dimes which contain less than 90% silver. So if you're going through your change bucket, you could easily find Roosevelt dimes that have been minted that don't contain 90% silver. And that's a real challenge because then you got to look at the date and it just becomes a more cumbersome activity. Now, let's just talk about the historical blah of these coins. It's hard to miss because they were introduced in 1946 to honor FDR. Roosevelt dimes don't carry the wild, rugged, history of older coins like the Morgan dollar, tied to the Wild West or Prohibition era lore, leaving them feeling less storied for stackers who valued the coin's past. And honestly, what did FDR do for our nation that helped economically? That's left up to debate, but he sure did not do a good job with gold. So for me, these Roosevelt dimes, while they might contain 90% silver, they barely feel good in my hand. And that leads us to a fiddly size. The small diameter, 17.9 millimeters, makes them a pain to handle or display compared to chunkier coins like the quarters or the halves. For stackers who like the tactile heft, dimes can feel a lot like loose change. And for me, that's just one of the reasons why I despise them. They feel like nothing. And if you're a businessman or if you've done services with any part of the community, you know that the physical feel of something is just as important as the price. So even though these are 90%, people may feel like they're getting nothing when they touch one of these. And the fifth reason is market premium lag. Unless they're rare mint errors or in gem condition, Roosevelt dimes rarely fetch much above melt value. Stackers chasing both the silver and the numismatic upside might see them as a boring investment compared with coins with more of a much collector buzz. And honestly, that's how I feel about them. I love collecting coins. Now here is one. This one has quite a nice tarnish on it if you look on his neck and on his hair. I'll be able to see it there in the light. I'll try to get you a good look at it. But along his neckline as in and into his hair, there's a nice toning going on. But in all honesty, that's not going to fetch you much more than the melt value. So overall, I do believe stacking dimes in your stacker collection is important. And even these Roosevelt dimes can serve a purpose. But at the end of the day, they just feel so absent of anything that maintains value. You will be able to trade them, I'm sure. But what you can get for them will be left unknown until that situation comes. Because I am sure people will love the quarter, the $50, and the full dollar much more to these dimes, especially the ones have been worn over time. But talking about the ones that have been worn over time, I do think these ones will pull a premium, even though they probably have less silver in them. And these are the Mercury dimes. They look cool, they don't feel much different, but they definitely give you a different aesthetic value, which could go a little further in the trade perspective. Not to mention, they're much older than the Roosevelt dime. And even a Barber dime, that's so much older, and they're usually worn. But again, having a piece of history in your hand can be a lot better than having a junk silver Roosevelt dime. Put some in your collection, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to talk to your financial advisor about where gold and silver belong in your portfolio, please do that. But for me, stacking silver and having a tangible asset outside of the confines of the central banking system, well, that means a lot to me. And even these dimes serve their place there. But I'm going to stick to quarters, half dollars, and full dollars as we come around into this new time of a transition period where no one knows what's going to happen with silver and gold prices. So that's my take on it. Let me know what you think. I'm Nose for Silver. I'm a new channel out there, guys. Hit that subscribe button, please. I need all of the support I can get. If you like this video, go check out my other videos. I got more out there. Ring that bell. You know all the deals. Have a good one. See you later.